Hello there, I'm Melody Thornton. I'd love to send a huge shout out to the entire team at DRT Digital Radio Tracker for tracking my song I Will Wait. Thank you so much to all of the DJs all across the world who are playing my music. I cannot thank you enough. I really appreciate you and I love you so much. Thank you. Hi, I'm Melody Thornton. You are watching the award-winning ECMD Music and Entertainment Experience featuring Kermit, the Superstar Maker.
Our first date we talked for hours. I felt full drunk, lost track of time. If you think that I could forget you, baby, you must be out of your mind.
Hey yo, y'all, check this out. It's the legendary Smooth B, and you're listening to the award-winning ECMD Music and Entertainment Conference Call featuring Kermit the Superstar Maker, Lex Luger the Backwood Ambassador, Latino Fleet, DJ Bryant Essence Collins, and Nerve DJs, Cheap Money, Chris Unruly, K to the D, and the award-winning DJ Punch. And we are broadcasting live worldwide on WRDR Regime Direct Radio with the Regime Squad DJs. Ride.
Peace, family. I wanted to show y'all this. This just came in. This is the award I just received for the DRT #1 record in the country from the legendary Smooth B, his hit record Before. This is a real honor, man. This is one of the original legends that helped build the foundation of hip-hop in the game, man. So this is a salute to that brother, man. Congratulations to that brother. I want to congratulate Barnes Entertainment, Big I God Enterprises. I want to thank ECMD, the whole ECMD family, everybody at ECMD family. We the best in the country, man. We've been doing this a long time. Legends in the game. I want to salute everybody that has something to do with this record, everybody that supported this record. And we just getting started, man. So we got to all get behind this record. Y'all go out here and support Before, man. #1 independent record in the country on the DRT charts and multiple charts. So y'all go out there, man. Let's make this big, man. Let's show the legends, man, can do it, man. Man, salute to all y'all. Salute, Smooth B. Peace, y'all.
So cool! I need to get me one of those so I can display my success and enjoy a lifetime of memories.
I bet you've never seen something like this before.
If you wanna be with a girl like me, you got to be strong. You gotta have a heart with a steady beat when you won't last.
Whoa, this is magic!
Digital Radio Tracker is revolutionizing plaques. All you have to do is get the Uncover Everything app on your smartphone, scan the plaque, and then magic happens.
Ever wonder what happens to your song when it goes viral through social media? Knowing who, when, where, and how often your song is being played is vital to your career. DigitalRadioTracker.com is your global radio airplay monitoring solution. Digital Radio Tracker monitors over 5,000 radio stations throughout the US and the world. Knowing where your song is being played will help you collect royalties, book shows, set up interviews, and increase your fan base. Sign up for free at DigitalRadioTracker.com.
Everything big. My house, my car, my clothes, my crib. Everything big. Big thrills, big hills, big shoes to fill. Everything big. On my body, make a meal. Everything big. Everything big. Everything big. My house, my car, my clothes, my crib. Everything big. Big thrills, big hills, big shoes to fill. Everything big. On my body, make a meal.
Hey, listen up, everybody. This is the one and only Steve Harvey, and I want to send a special shout out to all the hard-working folk at Digital Radio Tracker. Congratulations on making it 10 years and keep tracking those hits all around the world. It's DRT, baby. Yeah.
All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, before we get really started, I want Punch to introduce himself and let people know what he got going on tonight after the show. This is DJ Punch. This is DJ Punch. He's one of the main people involved with the ECMD family. He also has a show every other Monday called DJ Punch Presents Mixaholics Uncensored, and it'll be next Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And tell them what you got going tonight, Punch. Then we're gonna get into the interview.
Okay. Salute to Kermit the Superstar Maker for creating this platform. Salute to Team ECMD, Team Mixaholics. I'm DJ Punch at DJ Punch 317 everywhere. Indianapolis, Atlanta, Georgia. Definitely salute to everybody who jumped on here tonight. New app called Clubhouse. We do the DJ Punch show. At 12:05, we go live. That's Eastern Time. 12:05, we go live Eastern Time on Clubhouse. If you don't got the Clubhouse app, I'll reach out to you later on. But we live 12:05 Monday through Friday. Salute, OG.
And my understanding now is that it's iPhones only right now, and that the app is not totally available to the general public, but you can get it in the App Store if you have an iPhone and move forward. So I'm definitely looking to see people like Sincere Ray and Tori, I know, got iPhones, and Kiana, and Queen Karen, and everybody. So I'm expecting to see them tonight because I know they all got iPhones. Okay, I'm gonna turn this over to Brian Essence Collins, and he's gonna interview our special guest from France.
Hi.
How you doing? That's good because Essence is from Honduras. So we got from Honduras to France to the United States tonight. Put myself on mute.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Essence, Nino, Kermit. Hi. Thanks for having me. Greetings from France.
Yes.
Big up, Commissioner Gordon. Hi, brother.
How are you? Comment ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. I'm very well. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, part of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to bi-weekly ECMD Music and Entertainment Experience. We're very, very happy to have you. So, if you could just introduce yourself and let everyone know where you're currently at right now.
Sure. My name is Dajla. I'm a French Tunisian, born in France. Father is from North Africa, Tunisia, and I've been playing keys and writing songs and playing bass for quite a few years since I was a kid. I lived in London, big part of my life, and this is when I met Mr. Commissioner Gordon, that you guys probably already know. And I was working on my new album, and we really clicked. And he said, "Hey, I really like the way you write, you sing, and I think you'll be an asset. So why don't you come to New York?" So I moved to New York, and we worked together. Now we have a great album and a new single with Stephen Marley that just came out.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Especially with such an international background, what kind of music did you listen to growing up? With the French and Tunisian influence and the time in London, what was what kind of music did you listen to?
So that's a great question, and actually, I was raised by my parents listening to Bob Marley a lot, to James Brown. I would say to yes, a lot of James Brown and Bob Marley, and then I grew up. I joined the conservatory, so I played jazz, a lot of jazz on piano. And then I discovered, as a teen, I discovered hip hop, of course. So it's Public Enemy, and then later the Wu-Tang, and all the East Coast. I was more of an East Coast head, but yes, and of course, it's just too many to mention. I just love all music, all genres. But I did a lot of ska, reggae, rock steady. So too many to mention, really. But when I met Gordon, it was also quite striking because he had been working with all those icons that I had been raised on, so that was quite incredible and a real blessing for me, to be honest. Yes.
Do you feel that there are certain genres of music that were more popular in certain, countries or places that you lived in, and how does that influence what you sound like now?
That's very good. A good question as well. Yes, I guess every city, I traveled a lot in my life. It's just circumstances in my life made me travel, and so every encounter, every people that I played with, I played keys in bands, I played bass as well in London or in France. Every era of my life influenced me in a way that I perceived music. So there was a lot of ska and I would say East Coast hip hop from where I came from as a 16, 17-year-old. Mm-hmm. A lot of punk as well, like Fishbone. I was really influenced by those guys, the West Coast. But then I moved to London and then I hang with the Jamaican crowd there. So there was a lot of reggae, a lot of rocksteady and ska, cross genres, crossover.
Sure.
Yes, I think it's each country, you can tell, because then coming to New York, I found also what the people Gordon had been working with, and then the vibe in New York was quite different from Europe. But I believe that all those encounters make you the person that you are. So it's a unique combination now. My past and my vision and my songwriting, and Gordon's skills and production, so that we created something unique, I believe.
How many instruments do you play? Because I heard you mention the keys and the bass.
Yes, that's it. Keys and bass. Okay. Yes, and then I write a lot.
How old were you when you started playing?
I was six years old.
Oh wow.
Yes, the keys, but then bass, I believe 16.
And English and French, are there any other languages that you speak to?
I don't really speak Arabic, unfortunately, but my dad does. But I started speaking and writing in English, and lately in French as well, thanks to Commissioner Gordon, who encouraged me to sing in my language, which was something kind of new for me because I was raised in this English-speaking music environment.
Right.
So my dad used to play traditional Arabic music as well as I was growing up. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I was wondering if you've written or performed a lot in French, but it sounds like you're starting to.
Just starting. Yes, just starting, and also thinking of translating some songs in Spanish. So maybe you could help.
Yeah, of course. Of course. When you're writing in these different languages, do you feel any difference? Like when you're writing in French, is there a different influence than when you're writing in English?
I'm not sure about the influence, but I can definitely, when I write in French, it's my mother tongue, so I definitely have to, you really have to, you can't just like translate word by word, you have to also, embrace the culture, make it. For instance, you see the French, it's quite funny because they love American music, but if you translate it, it's really quite simple, it's simple emotions, but because they're a little bit, they like things a little more complicated, so if it's in English, it's okay, but if you do the same in French, they might be a little funny about it, so you have to make it a little more,
Sure.
A little more, interesting for them, I guess. You have to adapt to each culture, I suppose. So it's an interesting process as well to write in different languages. Yes.
For sure. So, with all of these influences, how would you describe your sound?
So the sound that we came up together, Gordon and I, we would say it's soul music because my voice is, definitely soul, with the spirit of reggae and hip hop production, hip hop attitude, hip hop production. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Can you tell us a little more about your new single with Stephen Marley?
Sure. So this was a surprise and a blessing for me, of course, because having been raised listening to his father's music since I was a baby.
I see it on your shirt.
Yes. So it was mind blowing. And of course, Gordon has been working with the Marleys, for a while, and he produced Welcome to Jamrock, and he also worked with Kimani and the family. So when we started working together, I believe Gordon will explain to you better, but he contacted Steve and Steven actually chose that song. And yeah, so we flew to Miami, and it was just such a wonderful experience to meet him in person. He's a great man, and you know, he really blew my mind. You know, he just went to the studio and then bam, that's it. He didn't even think twice about it. He just that's it. His verse was right there. It was just a one shot. It was just, wow, mind blowing.
Awesome. How long have you been? You said you're in France right now. How long have you been there? You said you were in New York for a bit.
Yes, I miss you guys. No, yes, I just got back in January, but I had spent almost 7 years in New York, so it's a little, you know, it's a bit of a change.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, I spent some time in Paris and Cannes.
All right. Oh, you did? DJing or?
Traveling. I was at Midem.
Oh, nice. Yes.
I have some friends in Paris, so I went and just kind of exploring and knew some people in Toulouse and just, you know, hanging out.
Very nice. Yes, I did the Midem as well. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I loved it.
Yes, a few years back. Yes, I mean, I'm on the west coast of France, a little further up than Toulouse. You know, what can I say? I mean, I left France when I was 18, so for me, I'm a citizen of the world. You know, I'm a child of God, and it's like I like to travel, but you know, seeing the circumstances that we're living right now, we thought it was the best thing to do. Also, the album was finished, so Kamish told me, hey, why don't you go and promote it in France? You know, it's the right thing to do right now.
Cool.
So, but I'm looking forward to crossing the Atlantic again.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned that. It was interesting to see if you hadn't finished the album, what the process was like internationally. You know, of course, it's easier with the internet to send files, but
yes,
you know, what is the process for music creation like for you, being over there and working with people in the US?
Well, like you just said it's today we are lucky to have technology that allows us to, you know, collaborate with producers and artists all around the world. So that's really really a blessing, you know, especially in the times we're living. Even though it's really hard what we're all going through right now, I believe it's also creating will, you know, especially amongst us artists to link up and communicate even more and to create, you know, let alone, you know, sometimes finances, and you know, it really creates like a human kind of reaction. You know, I can witness it, you know, right now. And so to get back to your question, I have my home studio here as well, and so, you know, we can send files. Now the album is finished, so that's a good thing, but we need to create and collaborate and do featurings and keep working with producers and, you know, with Gordon. So yes, we send each other files or DJs or, you know, it's good enough.
Sure. So thinking to, you know, 2021, you know, what things do you have planned? You know, are you planning to release the album? What can we expect from Dajla then?
So we have some videos coming out soon. We also have, we're going to release a couple of singles before the album. And then, you know, I'm setting up a band as well here. We got musicians in New York as well, in the US, you know, so yes, I'm hoping to, I'm praying and I'm hoping that the conditions will be favorable again for us, you know, to travel and to perform. I think everybody wants that, you know, musicians want it. I think the audience want it too, you know, people really want to go out again and enjoy live music, you know.
Yes. Absolutely. So before we get into a little music, how can we find you online? You on social media? Where can we learn more?
Yes, of course. So on Instagram, it's Dajla, Dajla, the WTS, White Tiger Society. And then Facebook as well. On YouTube, it's YouTube at Dajla. There's also a White Tiger Society page. Gordon could tell you more about it as well. It's a collective that we set up together. So we're the head of the collective, and this is something that allows us to collaborate with artists and, you know, creative minds all around the world. So yes, people can join us. Yes, White Tiger Society and Dajla on all platforms.
Awesome. And Dajla, before we get into the music, on any final shout outs and anything we should know about your single Why with Stephen Marley?
Oh, well, okay. So why is really a message of, it's a positive message of hope. It's between a man and a woman, but really, if you take it, take the bigger picture, it's really a message of hope. And, we have to stay positive and, keep fighting and keep the faith and, stay together. And I believe, we'll get through. So shout out to all my people around the world and brothers and sisters, and let's do this. Let's stay together.
Awesome, merci. So,
merci.
Kermit, if you have anything ready or any other questions, I'd love to get into the record.
Excuse me. Let me go to DJ Punch. What question do you have, DJ Punch, so far?
Definitely salute to Kermit the Superstar Maker. Salute to everybody on the line. I really don't have a question, just really a comment. I just basically just love the journey that you've been on as far as and just let me just definitely salute you for being on right now, because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's actually 3. Yes, thank you, brother. It's about 20 past 3. Yes, but it's Call of Duty, right?
Exactly. So I just want to mention that off the top, because you're doing what none of us are doing. You're up in the wee hours of the morning to support us. So we have no choice but to support you. So I definitely appreciate you, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that we break this record. So
God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It means a lot for sure. It means a lot.
No problem. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
To hear the music.
Okay, well, thank you, DJ Punch. I'm gonna go to her songs. Excuse me. Elevation. I'm gonna play Elevation first. I'm gonna play Why English. So here's Elevation.
Awesome, Kermit. Thanks.
The world is a mess, so unpredictable. Looking around, we need a miracle. Nobody moves, but everybody gets hurt. Just keep waiting for a savior. You wanna believe in salvation. You hope for the next and final destination. Help for the sinners, heaven for the best of us. Just stay together, heaven is inside of us. Your soul, elevate your soul, your soul, your soul. Living your life like an illusion, beaten from the terror on television. You're losing your mind, losing the connection. It is a good time for realizing the mission. Money, 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 never really have enough. Honey, 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 jealous and tricky rough. Give me some ammunition. But in my sleep at night come beautiful vision. Your soul, elevate your soul. You're so little baby. You're so.
All right. Now, how does Sade sneak up in here? What happened? How did she get in here?
Yeah, I had to go to France to find her.
I'm still trying to figure that out. What's going on here? Okay. Next, we have her other song, which is called "Why English." Well, yeah. Why not
it's the English? It's the English version because we have it in French. So why? Yeah. Sorry, it has English written on it because I have so many versions. She sings in so many languages. I got to write down which one it is. So that's why in English.
Okay.
But you actually have the same song with completely in French and Steven doing his part in English. So there's
I would like to play a little bit of both of them. But yeah, we're gonna, and I want the Swahili version too.
Now the day has come for me. Take a look at my life. Think about the time we spent together. Many days and many nights. Oh, I can't lie to myself. No. And I can't lie to you. And I'm sorry if I hurt you, darling. I just try to understand. Why do I feel so blue? Tell me why do I feel so blue?
I'm off on the bank inside. I'm off on the bank inside. Come baby love, I make we enjoy life. No man is perfect, we slip and slide. But anyway, girl, you want to take it in stride. Dance from me ego, me dance from my pride. Loving not to offer you a day for wide. I express my love and you know me not hide. Cheer up baby, love, everything will be fine. I left a couple messages on your telephone line. Telling that I love you when the rain don't shine. And I will be there till the end of time. Can't wait to finish, girl, if we don't start. Take two to tango, I'll play my part. You're off on the beat and you're off on the chart. Make sure I never break your heart. Why do I feel so blue? Why? Now I've got to know. Why do I feel? Tell me, baby, so blue? Tell you, baby. I know. Yes, I know. No, I do. No, I know it's true. I know it's true. But I gotta know. Why do I feel? I love. The love we share is stronger than the storm and the rain. But I say, I feel it, baby. But I wouldn't let you down, no way, no how. See, the love that we share, lioness, precious love. I say, stronger than prince and princess, king and queen. Nothing come between. Yeah. The love we share, stronger than the storm and the rain.
All right. I feel like I was at a live concert.
Nice one. Nice.
Okay, let me go to Michael J. Calhoun. I'm sure he has a lot to say about what he's hearing here. I also shout out to Mike Beasley for jumping on. He's our next person coming up. Michael J. the Grammy Award-winning Michael J. Calhoun, multi-platinum producer. What do you think, sir?
It's excellent. Shout out to ECMD family and Commissioner Gordon and the young lady Deja. Beautiful music, beautiful. I'm feeling it. It sounds like a lovers rock kind of thing going on, and I'm really feeling it. It's your voice. It sounds good. It mixes good with Steven. And I mean, that's got to be a dream come true to actually work with a Marley.
Oh yes, yes it is. Thank you for your words. First of all, I appreciate you really. It means a lot, coming from you. So like, thank you so much.
Hey.
It means a lot, definitely for me. It's a dream come true, for sure. Just to work with Commissioner first of all, and then now working with Steven, and I was talking to some young producers, rappers, and beat makers yesterday because we know with Commish we also like to link up with the younger generation and work with the kids and the youth and still emulate some the new generation coming up. And I'm telling them how I felt. And there's an anecdote like this I remember very well. I was a kid in France. I was only 13, and I was not even singing then. I was just playing keys, right? And I remember seeing Whitney Houston on TV on a Sunday afternoon. And I got this voice in my head saying one day I'll be in New York and I'll be a singer, just like I'll join Whitney. I was her #1 fan. And fast forward, this is me with Commissioner in New York, and he worked with her too. So it's just like life is becoming this this dream, or I mean this is your destiny or your path, or so you don't even imagine how mind-blowing and humbling as well it has been, because there are certain things that you need to do in order to carry on this. And Kamish is a great teacher. He's been a master for me. I have learned so much and still learning from him every day. So he's the one for sure. Yes
You both are blessed to have each other, and Commissioner is definitely just a blessed producer and musician, all around good guy. He's great guy. So you really have a great hook up there, and great material. I'm loving it. I'm feeling it.
Oh, that's awesome, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it all sounds good. I don't know about the all around good guy part though.
Well, Kermit, I was waiting for that, Kermit. I said you've been too cool on this call. I was like, all right, it's coming at some point.
He was good to me.
I'm getting more comfortable. Michael J. Calhoun is in the Ohio area. Now I'm going to go up to Rhode Island to the guy with the big smile, because I can tell he loves that music. And that's
man, everything I read, where I'm say, where I'm do, where I'm go. Me go eat some curry goat and thing.
Good to see you again, sis. How you doing?
Oh, Nino, here you are. It's good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too.
Yes, it's been a while.
The music's amazing. I felt connected to it from day one, and to just see it all evolve and come to this and where it's about to go is a blessing.
It is.
So I'm really excited, and having a little insight on what's to come. This is going to be a great journey.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So how you been? You been good?
Yes, I've been good. I've been thinking about you too when Kamish told me, about the project and us being on the show. I was like, oh, Nino, yes, I remember when you came over to the studio. I still have the pictures. Yeah, we had a good time. And so I wanted to thank you for, helping this come true. And I've been good, I do miss New York, and I miss the US, and I miss my family over there. But it's only, life is a journey, we just have to go where we're supposed to be at any given time, and we'll join again.
When it's safe, when it's safe and everything settles down, it'll be that again. So
yes, definitely.
For sure.
Yes, but until then, we're making things move forward anyway. So we're.
Yeah, and we're blessed to have the technology to be able to do it.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love the record.
That's awesome, man.
Great. Okay, well, let me go back to Brian Essence Collins to see how they like that down in South America. How you like that music down in South America, Essence?
Oh, it was great. I loved it. I think you have a very powerful, soulful voice. The music is great. It was great. I loved it. I loved it. I think I can hear, some of the international influences and things in it as well.
Yes.
And, and I feel like a song like that, there are people that appreciate that all over the world. Like that style. It's not just only people in this city will like it. Like it's, there are fans of that style like all over, and I think it's going to do really well.
Yes,
yeah,
thank
worldwide.
you. Yeah. Thanks. May I ask where you are at in South America?
I was born in Honduras.
Okay, Honduras. Yep. So, but is this where you are right now or no?
No, I'm in Ohio. I'm in the States.
Oh, right. Oh, Ohio. Yes. Okay. Yes. I toured in Mexico a couple of years back. Yes, we had quite a lot of fans over there. And I know Argentina, but I know, reggae music is really an international music as well as hip hop, so we keep hearing of, islands in the Pacific Island, New Caledonia, and all those islands, they do love hip hop music and reggae music. So
Japan too.
Yeah, so this is also why we're doing this music to connect people all around the world. So definitely, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let me go over to Indianapolis, Indiana, with the guy with the plaques behind his head while he's looking down, texting everybody. And that's the award-winning DJ Punch, who has a show coming up next Monday, and he got one tonight. He's going to be on every night from 12:05 to 2:05 on the new Clubhouse app. So if you got an iPhone, get that and check out the DJ Punch show. Go ahead, DJ Punch.
Appreciate it, OG. We're not going to be on every day. We're going to do Monday through Friday. We got to rest sometime. But definitely, I love both of the records. The first record, it was like a vibe. If you didn't catch me, I was moving. Get my, I like to get lost in it. Yeah, that's how I like to do it. But and the second one with your vocals and his vocals, because I'm listening to it on the beats, so I'm able to like.
Really hear it.
It really did. It really did sound like a concert. Literally, I was lost in it. It really was. I was lost in it. So I can't wait to get to breaking this record right here. Both of these records. Just let me know which one I need to break first. I'm ready. Let's go.
That's awesome, man.
Thanks, Punch.
Yes, thank you. Thanks.
Cool. Let's go to Chicago, Illinois. Up there. See what Sincere talking about. You know a little bit about music.
Well, I'm not in Chicago. I'm in Nap too. So.
Hi, brother.
Hi. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I love both the songs. The second song is definitely for the stoners. Would you agree, DJ Punch? Hey, Punch, you heard me. So Punch ain't getting nowhere in there. I say stoners. I'm trying to be as clean, PG-13.
Politically correct.
Yeah, that's definitely for the second was definitely for the stoners. But the first one, I was definitely feeling that. I heard, especially in the hook and all that stuff, I definitely heard your soulfulness.
Nice.
In that first song, it was really dope. I like both records.
Excellent.
Yeah, so like I said, whichever one you shooting off first, we gonna rock with both of them, but whichever one you going first, we do.
Awesome, appreciate that.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Yes.
Okay. Anybody else have a comment? You can raise your hand. I have a question for her. We are allowing questions tonight. If you have a question for the artist about herself, her career, the music, anything about it, Kiana, you have anything you want to say to us tonight? Kiana. Okay. Queen Karen.
You definitely have a smooth voice for this music. And this is what we need to hear now, something you can kind of wind your waist to, but then you got something to think about. Elevation, with the simple lyrics makes you it catches on. You have a nice voice. Your voice is an instrument.
Thank you, sister. Thank you.
No, I don't know how to explain it, but in your sound, it goes right in like an instrument would, you know, even though the words are there. And I like it very much. And then the next one, you know, how can you not like that with that swing? You know, you ready to get up, wind your waist, and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Forth, some idea, but it's, you know, something showing love and friendliness and things like that. But I like it very much. I like, you got a nice voice, nice sound, and of course you're with the right people at the right time and right place tonight. You know?
God bless you. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you.
And, you know, singing in French, you know, I used to be quite fluent in French because in my day, the French was the second language, you know. And so I know when you used to translate songs over, you know, people in France are so passionate and in love. And when they translate it over to English, it's like, it's what? You know, you can hear it in French. You don't even have to know the words. You know, you like it. But I appreciate you having it in all the languages, though. It's great.
Nice one. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks. Merci.
Oh.
You just reminded me of something back when I was in high school. When I was in the 11th grade, I made history by taking, of course, we had, you know, English literature, but I also had French, Latin, and Spanish. No other student had ever taken all three languages at the same time in the same year. Wow. And I did them back-to-back classes. But I found out, as everybody probably already know, with people that speak foreign language, that French and Spanish are very similar. A lot of the words is almost identical. They might just have an O or an A or something different.
Yes, yes.
You know, but they're very, you know, familiar. So, you know, I found that amazing. You know, that
did you pass French, Kermit? Though you ain't say that part. Well, did you pass?
Well, I was in the Spanish National Honor Society, believe it or not.
Okay.
French in high school and college, but I couldn't tell you one word right now.
Because I was about to say, like, okay, let me hear something, Kermit.
No, I actually liked French better though when I was studying it. It was just something. Well, because I had visited Paris when I was in high school. I was in this program that was for smart students, where during spring break you can visit, you know, outside the United States or whatever for like a week. And I was in that program, 11th and 12th grade.
Why you trying to slip in there for the smart students? I'm saying, what you was in the smart class? That's what you saying?
Yeah, I certainly was. And Nino was right behind me.
Oh,
okay. Did anybody else have any questions or comment on her music before we let her go, so she can get some rest? Because it's about 3 o'clock in the morning there.
It's a pleasure to be here. Now I'm awake now. I didn't know it would be so much fun.
I have one question.
Hi, this is Vivian Sharp in Cleveland, Ohio, in Shaker. And I'd just like to say I enjoyed your music very well, and keep going. I spoke with Kimani Marley about 5 years ago when he was here in Cleveland. I interviewed him, and so I'm looking forward to hearing more about you.
Sure.
I'm just a novice. I'm a novice coming out there myself, doing something on Reverb Nation, and you're an inspiration to me. So keep on keeping on.
Oh, that's wonderful, sister. Thank you so much for your kind words. And, you know, we need to encourage each other and, you know, support each other. So I'd love to, you know, to talk more with you at any time. I'm not sure how we can do this with the Essence, Kermit, Nino, or community if you need a email address, or if the guys want to connect us. I'm definitely down to continue the conversation with any of the guests in the show.
No problem. I'm definitely about connecting people. I'm definitely about connecting people. Vivian has always been very big in radio in the greater Cleveland area. You know, she's
all right.
Talk shows, all kind of things, community events. It's real, you know, big. I was honored to have her jump on tonight. And she, when I very first met her, she came highly recommended to me. I'm like, who's this person everybody's talking so positive about? And then there she is, Vivian.
Hi, Vivian. How you doing, Vivian?
Okay.
Nice
anyone else? Nina, you were saying something. Big Nino, you were saying something?
Yeah, no, I was just I just wanted to ask her about how easy or difficult was it to adapt to the French version, not being fluent in French at the time.
Oh, Nino, so you're saying adapt to the French version?
Right. So so you originally did the regular version, and
Yes.
then Commish had you go and start doing French version.
Yes,
but,
you could. Yes.
But you weren't fluent in French.
Yes, well, I was fluent, but I had never really, sang in French.
Okay, gotcha.
So I was fluent in French. I could, I could speak it because it's my my country of birth, but I had never sang in French. So I was quite reluctant, to be honest with you. He had to, he had to blast me a couple of times. Like, you have to understand, make an effort. And I don't know why. I was reluctant. But he finally got the best of me, and, I complied. And I actually liked it when I started doing it. And also, it also stems from the people in France now. Some of the fans and people say, hey, we love your voice. The frequency of your voice, triggers those emotions, and the music is so great, but we wish we would understand you better. And so, because I want the message to be understood, I was like, okay, I owe it to them to do this, and Commish, of course, he's being the producer that he is, he's used to that, international artists. When you see Shakira, or, who you name, any big artist, they're gonna sing in their mother tongue language, they're gonna sing in English, gonna sing in Spanish, and yeah, it's it definitely helps people understanding you better, and so again, this is something that I had, Commissioner helped me grow outside of my box as well. As an artist, sometimes you come in and you have those preconceived ideas. It has to be this way, it's my music, it has to be this way, and working with him really helped me open up and, humble myself and open up and just learn from him and his experience, and trust as well. It's also a matter of trust, because he's the one. I'm just a singer, I'm a songwriter, but what do I know about all those things? So, this combination, it is very important to have faith and trust that if God puts you in the, in the hands of somebody that's like that, you have to follow, So
well, that's a blessing to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of artists are not that open to that.
It wasn't like this at the beginning, It's like this now.
I'm sure. I'm sure you guys had to do it. That's true. Struggle. I know some very, very talented artists and that have bright futures, but you can see the tug of war within themselves to kind of just let go and just. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I got a lot of Chicago.
You understand that, right? I see you nodding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a process, you know what I mean? It's a process.
Hi, brother. Yes, especially Nino. Nino, when we met was a couple of years ago. Was it 4 or 5 years ago? And even you now seeing this process and the album finished and me talking, I'm sure that you probably see the journey that we've been on, and it's great to be talking to you today.
Even in the music, and just like from the music then to the music now, like
now, yeah.
Some of the French records, and what was amazing to me is I didn't know what they were saying, but I connected with it. So now I understand how all them people from all around the world could connect with Michael Jackson and not know what he's saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a feeling music gives you, good music gives you, so, there's all the other things you break down in your mind, but the feeling is still there, even if you don't know what's being said, but it's in the pocket, so.
You said something very interesting about trust. And it's like, especially if you're a strong artist, like if you're the type of artist that, you write your own song, you know how you want to do it or whatever, it's hard to listen to that producer sometimes and say, no, you got to do it this way. No, you got to do it that way. So that is very important. What I always suggest, by the way, is that do it both ways and everybody happy. So, do it exactly your way, do it exactly his way, and do it in between both of y'all ways. And let a third party or other people determine, hey, what do you like? Version A, B, or C. And then, hey, who knows? But I got a surprise for you guys here.
But I wanted to say something on that. Like, it's something.
venu pour moi de faire le point sur ma vie. Je pense à tout ce qu'on a vécu ensemble, tant de jours et tant de nuits. Oh, je ne peux pas me mentir, non, non, ni te mentir à toi. Et je regrette de t'avoir fait souffrir. Je t'aime mais je ne comprends pas pourquoi. Je ressens ces choses-là. Pourquoi? Oui, pourquoi? Pourquoi je n'ai plus de joie?
I'm on the bank inside. I'm on the bank inside. Come baby, love, make we enjoy life. No man is perfect, we slip and slide. But anyway, girl, you want to take it in stride. Dance from me ego, me dance from my pride. Love it not to offer you a day for wine. I express my love, and you know me not hide. Cheer up, baby, love, everything will be fine. I left a couple messages on your telephone line, telling that I love you when the rain don't shine. And I will be there till the end of time. Can't wait to finish, girl, if we don't start. Take you to tango, I'll play my part. You're off on the beat, and you're off on the chart. Make sure I never break your heart.
Pourquoi?
Why?
Oui, pourquoi?
Why?
Je ressens ces choses-là. Pourquoi?
Now I've got to know.
Oui, pourquoi? Pourquoi je n'ai plus de joie?
Till you, baby.
Tu sais que je tiens à toi.
Yes, I know.
Tu sais déjà. Tu sais tout ça.
I know it's true.
Pourquoi?
But I gotta know.
Oh, pourquoi?
Yeah.
Je ressens ces choses-là. L'amour que l'on partage est plus grand que la pluie et l'orage. L'amour, l'amour.
But I say,
l'amour, l'amour, l'amour.
I feel it, baby.
L'amour, l'amour, l'amour.
But I wouldn't let you down, no way, no how. See,
l'amour, l'amour.
Lion,
l'amour, l'amour.
lioness.
L'amour.
I say,
plus grand,
prince and princess, king and queen. Nothing come between. Yeah.
L'amour que l'on partage est plus grand que la pluie et l'orage.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So
That's
now,
amazing.
okay, we're hold a second, Mike. Multi-platinum award-winning Mike Beasley had a comment. Sorry to cut you off, Mike. Welcome to the call. And what was your comment?
Thank you. No, what I was getting on was when you said about how producers have own sound, and it's like me as an artist and an engineer. Like when I work with different producers, they have their sound. Me, I look to bring myself into their sound. It's more as them looking for my sound. I listen to make sound.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
It's
why people
very
go to
interesting.
And that's why people go to different producers for that reason, right? Because it's like, okay, I know this sound over here. I know what Timbaland talking about. I know what Gordon talking about. I know what P. Diddy talking about. I know what Dr. Dre talking about, or whoever, you know. So I get it. Yeah, that make a lot of sense. Okay, anybody else have a comment before we move on?
I could swear Coxon Dodd was in the room. You know, it's like Studio One. You got the authenticity of the groove, the sound, and everything, man.
Wow.
What you been doing, Gordon? You must have been in Jamaica on that one.
Well, yeah. Well, when you hang around Steve long enough, it is like you in Jamaica. You know,
Jamaica in your mind.
Yeah, when he was down to do it, I know we were on to something because, like she said, he picked that song and he hit me. It was like that tune, man. We ever do that tune? I was like, all right, I think we got something. We gotta do it.
Yeah,
and
man.
It wasn't hard to do it with him. You know, you could tell that he really was into the music because, as she said, literally, it's like as he heard it, he just went into the booth and just did it. You know, he did it over a couple times to work it out, but it really was like a flow of concert, like a stream of like a concert. Like it really felt like that. Like he just went into it. And you know, the interesting thing about that too is that, you know, Steve is somebody has, as we talked the last time, I think we talked a little bit about, you know, my relationship with the Marleys has gone back a few years now. So it's not really a business thing. It's more like a family, you know? So he's a person that, when, you know, they like live and breathe and sleep music. It's really about music to them, not
blood.
Not like a business deal or a thing like that. It's the music first. And that's one thing that I got from being around them and working with them, that I got that. I think I got a little bit of that rubbed off on me. So when we did this, it had a very natural feeling. I mean, down to the point where I even said to him, you know, what I was going to say is that Steve, if you ever see videos of him when he's younger, he used to DJ a lot. He used to rap, do that. Like his nickname is Ragamuffin. But now once Damien kind of came out and Damien was more like known as kind of the rapper, I think he never really did that. You know, he's because he's such a great singer and guitarist, he kind of just focused on that. So I always wanted to do something with him where he did that. So I think this time, so now when we came in, and we were doing, I was like, Steve, I got this song and I need you to DJ. He said, yeah, man, but you know I'm a singer. I said, yeah, I know you're a singer, but the other Steve, I want Ragamuffin. Just give me Ragamuffin for a second. And I think it's kind of fun for him, you know, to be, and I think you hear that. You hear like he's having fun because he doesn't really do that.
But you created a nice sound, like a wall of sound that's really authentic. You know, it's like you're playing on the old instruments and old the tape machine. It just has that real rich, original Coxsone Dodge sound.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That means a lot.
That means a lot, man.
You're welcome. Okay, before we move on, I know they probably at least heard the French version. Let me go down to Columbus, Ohio, to the Big Ten Countdown, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, and see what DJ Chi Money and DJ Chris Unruly had to say, even if they only just heard the French version.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Chi Money calling out of Columbus, Ohio, Big Ten Countdown, Nerve DJ, representer, ECMD family, man. Man, I apologize, everybody. I'm not moving around, moving real fast and everything, but I will say this about that song. Oh, yeah, first, let me give a special shout out to the quadruple OG, Kermit the Superstar Maker, for always putting these call togethers, for always, you know, keeping me up on my game. But that song right there is, I'm not saying this, I heard a lot of music. I'm pretty sure everybody heard a lot of music, but that's actually one of the best songs that I've heard in my life. I heard a lot of stuff.
Damn.
In French, brother? And the reason why I'm going to say that, I don't know the words in French, but if you listen to reggae, you normally don't pick up on the sound. You normally pick up on the feeling.
Yeah.
And you normally pick up on how you feel. So a lot of people, so though you may not understand what I'm saying, it's just like, that's so authentic that it like transcend anything, any other mind, anybody's mind could think of. Like as far as like a DJ, as far as someone who loves reggae music and you love the feeling of it, the happiness, the joy of it, the difference of it, just the, you know, just the smoke and the spliff of it. You know, I'm just now paying. I'm moving so fast. I'm just realizing that was in French, and I didn't even know that was in French. That's how authentic that sound was. I would love to hear it in English. And
we're gonna make sure, brother. We're gonna make sure you have it. Come on, Kermit. Make sure he got it, Kermit.
Because whether it's in English, whether it's in French, it doesn't matter what that is. As far as island music, Jamaican music, that's one of the best. And I'm not gonna say that. I've never said that before.
That's beautiful.
But from the rapping, like when dude came in rapping, I'm like, whoa, how do you blend something together like that? How do you get your voice? How do you blend? It's such a rare moment to come together with to do a song like that. That's all I'm saying. To where if you can transcend it into French, and I don't even know that it's in French, like you have something beautiful. I've heard a lot of music before. I love your style. I was watching you. I had no idea that was your style of music. I heard your accent, but I'm take man, you're a superstar. That's all I can say. And your stuff, if from taking the time out to translate that into different languages and different stuff like that, man, you're a multinational superstar.
Oh, wow.
And I commend you on your hard work that it would take to do something like that. And I commend you on taking the steps and just being so humble to even be on this call. Like, it's an honor to even speak with you. If I was doing music, I would love to work with you. And I'm not just saying this, man. Like, that's a song that I'm going to really request and really play just off of the feeling that it gave me when I'm out here just moving around, man. I'm out of Columbus, Ohio, man. It's your boy, Chi Money, man. Anything you need from me, man, reach out to Kermit the Superstar Maker, and I got you. But if I could please get that song English.
Sure, you got it.
That's beautiful, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for your words. You have such a poetic and beautiful way to, to talk about our music. I've never heard it. I want to say that tonight, all of you guys, ladies and gentlemen, the way you express what you feel, for me, it's really mind blowing, and I don't even know how to thank you, because it's really, reaping the reward of the hard work that Commissioner and I have put in those years, on the music, and now I receive the love back from you guys, and it's such a blessing. I don't know what to say, but you got it, man. Everything, yes, for sure. Thank you.
All right. Well, while we're in Columbus, Ohio, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, at the Big Ten Countdown, we might as well talk to his partner, the intelligent DJ, Chris Unruly.
Hey, what's good, everybody? First off, shout out to everybody on the ECMD, Quadruple OG. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know how to follow up after Cheap Money on that one. Damn. just keeping it real. But first, I had some phone difficulties here. I just got a new phone, so like links was jacked up and everything. So I kind of caught the tail end of the interview, and I'm glad he did mention that it was in French, because I was sitting here like, what kind of reggae is this? I might miss one or two words usually in a reggae song. I might have to be under the influence to kind of catch everything, but I was like, what in the heck is going on here? This is crazy. So yeah, that's. But I listen. I don't know a lot of languages. Don't let me lie, but I listen to Spanish, French, of course, Caribbean music. I listen to anything, don't let me lie, in terms of that. But yeah, that's real dope. It's got real good. I'm old school. I remember BET, the Caribbean rhythms, and that definitely would have made that hour on there back in the day when that was on, and that's definitely relevant to the conversations going on today. So appreciate you 1,000,000% taking the time out to come on this call, and thank you so much for dropping that and blessing us all with something different.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. Thank you for your words. Appreciate that. Means a lot.
Okay, I think I saw Sincere had her hand up, unless she accidentally hit it. Sincere, did you have something to say? Or that was an accident?
Yeah.
Okay,
like Cheap Money ain't gonna run past here and come drop a comment without me saying that congratulations on your associate degree, sir, on sociology. Like I gotta bust you out right now.
Oh man, I appreciate that. You made me forget.
No, I ain't forget. Oh no, you weren't finna go skirt past that, and then we not talking about that, sir.
Okay, well, anything
thank you so
pertaining to the artists we have on now, or you and Cheap Money gonna do?
No, that was it. I was just meddling. That's it.
Okay. Anyone else before we move on?
Hey, Kermit, this is model Kiana Smith. Sorry I missed you earlier. I just want to speak on her music. I love it. I love it so much as well. Cheap Money, you took all the words out my mouth and definitely said it in a much better way than anybody else could.
Thank you, sister.
You're welcome. And shout out to ECMD family, the Kermit Superstar Maker. I want to say I love your whole style critique, because it's like a mixture of, oh my goodness, it's that West Indian put with like a soul, like the soul music, and then you put in that French twist on top of it, what makes it even more just super exotic.
Oh, that's great to hear. Thanks. Appreciate that.
A lot of people sorry. I'm sorry. I said a lot of people don't know that in French, like there's so much West Indian culture and African culture there. And just the hair, like, I mean, I have a West Indian background myself. So, and this, you just killed it on every level, each level. And I definitely just want to commend you for that. And I love to hear your work.
That's dope. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you, sister.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
All right. Well, we definitely want to thank you for jumping on with us tonight. Appreciate it. And everybody seemed to have a great time. Everybody love the music. So obviously we're going to be promoting it around the world.
Yes, please. Thank
you. You're doing a good job of that.
Awesome, Kermit.
All right. So thank you for joining us. You're welcome to stay on and check out the next interview.
Sure. I want to thank you all for for this wonderful moment, and I'm like I said, I'm willing to keep talking, connect with Kamish. You can ask me my email address, and for any interviews, or if you guys want the music, we'll make sure you guys have the music in English, and for those who want it in French, well, speak to the boss, speak to Kamish. But thank you,
no problem.
Thank you, all of you. Thank
we
you.
have other shows. We sponsor 3 different Zoom calls, so we'll be getting you on other shows and other platforms as well. So
I would love to.
Here tonight.
Yes, I would love to. Thanks, Kermit, Nino, Essence, all the brothers and sisters on the call, and let's keep moving and be connected. Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right. Take care. Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome. Take care, Kamish.
All right,
Take care.
man. All right, Kermit.
Take care, Deja.
All right.
Take care, brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
God bless.
Let's go to this guy that says he's an engineer, award-winning engineer here, Mike BZ.
What's happening?
All right.
How doing?
Okay. And also, let me say, I think that I was going to have Smooth B was going to introduce you to us. Let us know what's going on with you right quick before we get to the interview. So Smooth B, tell us about this artist here. What's going on?
He got to turn his mic on.
Yep, you got to unmute yourself. He probably said they're going to come and put me on the spot already.
Yo. All right, y'all there? Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. First and foremost, man, I want to shout everybody out, man. ECMD, my man Big Kermit, you understand me? And my mom, man. Oh, wait, man. Can I curse?
Yeah.
No, we're trying to keep it clean.
Okay, we're gonna keep it clean. My bad. Okay. So my brother, you understand me? The first one put the ink to the pad in more ways than one. My brother, Atlanta's own Mike Beasy. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, family, huh? We talking about Barnes Entertainment Music Group. We talking about in association with Big Eye Guard Enterprises. And yo, this brother's a genius. You know what I'm saying? He put in hard work. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm going to tell you something. Y'all, you know how they say, the Most High has yet wonders to unfold. As this journey continues, y'all going to see a lot, man. You understand? A lot of great talent, a lot of great music, a lot of great drive. You understand what I'm talking about? And so that's encompassed in my brother right here, man, you know? And so I'm hitting y'all from Cali, and I'm in the whip. And I ain't gonna take up too much more time. This is your interview, man. You understand me? I just dropped on by to show that proper love and respect. You heard?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I
but
appreciate
before you leave, we gotta definitely congratulate you on what you've accomplished this year. You know, as everyone in the family know, you know, the team ECMD took you to #1 back in 1992, and we did it again 28 years later. Same thing, #1 again. And not only that, you had 2 #1 records this year, and you had a remix that was #3. And I'm looking forward to some things that you and Mike Bees are gonna be dropping the first of the year.
Oh man, yes.
That I heard was gonna be Smoke. I don't know if it's gonna be Smoke or y'all just blowing smoke, but we're gonna find out.
Boy, don't play with me. Don't play with me, boy. I'm getting ready to go to the lab right now as we speak. Don't play with me, boy.
I'm in the studio as we speak.
All right. Brian Essence Collins, let's get this going.
Awesome. Thank you, Kermit, and welcome, Mike Beasy, to the ECMD Entertainment Experience. Welcome, brother. Happy to have you.
Thank you.
So for people who may not be familiar, just kind of let us know who you are and where you're from.
I'm originally born and raised in Racine, Wisconsin. I am a major engineer and major recording artist. I'm engineer for Lil Boosie, Chris Brown, T.I., T-Pain, Babyface, you name it. I done worked with some of everybody, and me as an artist now is like even more crazy.
So what started first, the engineering or you making your own music?
Me making my own music. I started as an artist first.
And how did well, first, man, who did you grow up listening to? Like what influences your sound?
Ooh, you ain't gonna even believe who. You know, everybody say Tupac, Biggie, and everybody, but my growing up artist that I listened to the most was MC8 out of Cali.
Nice.
It's smooth beat.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Yeah, also, you know, Pac, of course.
Yes.
So when did you first start recording? As an artist, when did you start making your own music?
2003, 2004. I really got serious into it.
And what was it that made you take it serious? Was there
really
a defining moment?
No, it was I lost my brother. My brother. I lost him in the backyard of our house.
Oh wow!
And me had a argument like the night before that he was telling me, you either do this music or play ball, you gonna get out the streets. I was in the streets bad as a youngin', like 12, 13 years old. And he really made me go hard in where I'm at right now and my kids.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I'm sorry to hear that, but that's a powerful story, and I'm glad you're able to kind of, live out this dream, for him too.
Yeah, I definitely go hard for him.
So talk to us a little about the engineering. Like, how did you get onto that side of things?
Man, I just one of my cousins and my friend, I used to watch them. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch them. I ain't never take lessons from them. I just used to watch them. When I watched them, it told me that I could do the same thing just by looking at them. Now they call me and ask me to help them because I took it to a level than when we started.
Right, man. So on the engineering thing, because this is also educational call, we have a lot of artists and things on it. In a time where a lot of people may not be going out to studios, they're recording from home because of everything going on. Is there any advice you have to artists recording at home that they can kind of soundproof their room, or how can they get better quality recording from home?
It's about like me, like my studio. I have a professional studio, and you wouldn't believe that it's in my living room. Like I turned my upstairs living room into a whole studio. My wife did it. Turned the whole living room into a studio. And me, it's like I got the acoustic little portable booth, but I got the ball on my mic, the eyeball on my mic just to keep it in. That works a lot. That acoustic works a lot. And it's more like just working on your catalog while you at home. We can't do as many shows like we want to. It's just keep making your catalog longer and longer. Always have something to keep going. Like I'm always doing a song. I'm doing at least 6 to 7 songs a day.
Right.
Just to have that catalog ready.
Right. And can you go a little further? Like why is it important to have that catalog?
Because you never know what people want to hear or what people need to hear. What songs, what different sound. You want to keep up with the generation now. You want to keep up what's going on. You want to keep what everybody want to relate to or what they're relevant to hearing.
And talk to us a little about your writing style, because I love that you mentioned that, having something for everyone, is there also a way to create your music that kind of transcends these eras, that's, some of the timeless music that, some of these other artists have made?
Me, myself, I go off my feelings. I go off how I'm feeling that day. I'm going on, if I'm happy, if I'm mad, I'm bringing something out that I feel that I know that y'all can relate to, that I know that somebody can relate to. It might not relate to one person, but it's 10,000 other people that can relate to that.
Is there an artist that you haven't worked with yet that you would really like to as an engineer and then also as a recording artist?
It is one person, but he's not alive. And I wish he would. That would be Prince. Prince would be
man.
I would love to work with. It's like my idol.
Oh, man. I would love to do that, man. I engineered a lot and got my degree in engineering. And there's something about like the live band aspect and mixing that. I think Prince would have been amazing, man.
I wish he could.
Yeah, man. Is there someone now alive that maybe even someone like in a different style of music?
Yeah, I just talked to him, matter of fact. How you say, Bon Levy?
Yeah.
Talk to him. Like that's who I'm working with next. Like that's the main person. And Beanie Man, both of them.
Oh man, that would be dope. So, you know, with the engineering too, man, do you feel that or do you recognize now more that there's still a difference in mixing styles? You know, especially back in like 80s, 90s, like you could tell this song was mixed in New York. This is a London sound. This is an LA sound. Do you feel that there's still, engineering wise, can you hear a difference? You know, do people in the Bay mix things differently?
I call it my third ear, because most artists that I work with, like I told Chris Brown and I told him himself, I said, I can hear your sound before you hear your sound. Just by you saying a few words to me or giving me a harmonize, I know exactly what you sound like or how it should sound before you even bring it out. By the time you hear it, you be like, I wasn't even thinking of that. And you bring it out before I could even say anything, just by you doing that.
Absolutely, man. So talk to us a little about your music. You know, I saw that actually recently you won an award with my guy Paul Tutt, rest in peace, and I signed myself for awards.
You don't know what's crazy about that award? Like, I didn't even know I was nominated for an award.
Wow.
That's what really had messed me up, because I was opening up for Mr. Cheeks. I was opening up for a show with Mr. Cheeks, and I had another show to go to that same night. Well, I'm getting ready to go to the show. My wife picked me up, and I just started getting all type of tags, and everybody on Instagram tagging me, everybody on Facebook tagging me. And one of my friends was like, congratulations, bro, you won. Woo, woo. I'm like, huh? Won what? He was like, man, you won an award, man. Come up there and get it. So I was like, you know what? Skip the other show. I'm going to go get my award. When I got there, everybody was like, where you been? I said, first of all, I didn't even know it was a awards, period. And then I didn't even know I was nominated for an award, and I was producer of the year. And I was like, wow, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Well, congrats, man. You made the right choice.
Much that you don't even know that you won an award.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, congrats, man. So what things do you have planned for 2021?
Album ready. Like I said, Bernard's entertainment, associate with Big Eye God, that's my manager. That's everything. He got me working. Empire got me working. Just did the deal with Empire. Like it's just my album, video, visuals. I'm going crazy. I got some of everybody on this album that you would think of, from Usher to Janae Aiko to Chris Brown.
Great, man. So, you know, with the catalog that you've been making, with so many songs you have, how do you narrow down what goes on a project?
I go by my feeling, because I don't want to just put out anything that I feel, oh, that might be hot. No, it got to be something that's like you say, that's an it factor. So the song has to be an it factor for me. And like most of the songs I've been doing lately, like I've been hearing them, but it's certain ones that I really know, like, oh, this is going to do something. Or this is going to make some noise. They're going to want to hear this. They're going to love this one. And not just going off of me, but it goes off my feelings on how I should put something. And the label.
Well, can you talk to us a little about the first single?
First single, Mr. Him, with the new label, Mr. Him. It's me. They call me Mr. Him out here in Atlanta. It's Mike, aka Mr. Him, because I do some of everything. I'm an actor, artist, engineer, doing it all. And this song, I put Mr. Him as me. Like, when y'all see the concept of the video, I went New Jack City. I went Nino Brown's, but me, him as a music, the Nino Brown of music. Because I'm letting y'all feel what my pain and feel everything that we are going through right now with this pandemic.
For sure, man. How can fans get in touch with you? Are you on social media? Where can we learn more?
Everywhere. You Google me, it's gonna pop right up. Mike Beasley. It's 50 million Mike Beasley in the world, but you're gonna be everywhere.
Awesome, man. Any final shout outs? Anything we should know about you or Mr. Him single?
Be ready. Be ready. I'm attacking. I'm not playing. We're in it. We're going all the way in. And first quarter, I'm hitting their head where it hurt so they can understand Mike Beasley is coming.
Awesome, man. Well, definitely appreciate having you on. Just stick around. We're going to, Kermit, if you got the record ready.
Yeah.
And man, if you could do
I got another record too.
Can you give us an exclusive drop? This is Mike Beasley. You're listening to my new single, whatever, for, and then shout out ECMD.
I got you. Yeah, what it do, man? It's your boy Mike Beasley, man. Where it goes down, man. I want to shout out to ECMD for bringing me to the experience, man. Y'all tune in. Bernard's Entertainment Associate with Big Eye God, Empire. We're here. We're in it, and we're coming for you.
Yeah, this your boy Mike Beasley, and you are watching the award-winning ECMD Music and Entertainment Experience featuring Kermit, the Superstar Maker, Lex Luger, the Backwood Ambassador, Latino Fleet DJs Brian Essence Collins, and the Nerve DJs Chi Money and Chris Unruly, K to the D, the award-winning DJ Punch, Queen Karen, along with DJ Dizzy D of the Regain Squad DJs, as we are broadcasting worldwide. Yeah.
Boy, he got a big mouth. Okay. Since it's after 10 o'clock, I'm going to go ahead and play the dirty version. I hope it ain't too dirty. I'm going to play the dirty one.
No, not too dirty.
Okay.
I just want y'all to tell me what it go. They call me Mike Beasley, aka Mr. Him. Run around these streets and let them know you try to be him. I'm the type of guy that spit everything that you see him. You ain't about 3D and let you niggas know I'm in him. 7-4 to the day that I die. Gotta run around the city talking about they wanna lie. They ain't never seen this nigga like me. That's before. Why they call him that? Man, I'm that nigga that'll go. I'm the one that y'all gon' hear Rolling Stones. I'm the one that's gon' do y'all shit and get it on. I'm the one that's gon' make them really just feel it. Make them really just feel it. Make them really just kill it. I'm in the game and they call me Mr. Him. I'm about whatever, about that ass. You can call me what you want, but you know I bring that pressure, Mr. Him. You try to say you know his name, but you don't know the whole thing. Bitch, I've been up in the game, Mr. Him. I'm about whatever, about that ass. You can call me what you want, but you know I bring that pressure, Mr. Him. You try to say you know his name, but you don't know the whole thing. Bitch, I've been up in the game, Mr. Him. Better known as my BZ, I've been him. Cynic and shit running like we been there. I ain't never seen what I'm on when I kill them. I'm really on it now. We gotta kill them now. I'm taking everything about this game and let them know. They really know just how I claim and everything is now. Y'all better get up on it and let them feel it now. I'm Mr. Gone. Ready to just take you when I've been up in your home. Ready to just bust up and I ran up in your dome. Better get your mind together before we kill them. Call me Mr. I'm about whatever, about that ass. And you can call me what you want, but you know I bring that pressure, Mr. Him. You try to say you know his name, but you don't know the whole thing. Bitch, I've been up in the game, Mr. Him. I'm about whatever, about that ass. And you can call me what you want, but you know I bring that pressure, Mr. Him. You try to say you know his name, but you don't know the whole thing. Bitch, I've been up in the game, Mr. Bitch, I've been up in the game, Mr. Bitch, I've been up in the game, Mr.
All right. All right, okay. Let me go down the Big Ten countdown and get this thing kicked off. I know they feeling that.
What up, what up, what up, y'all? It's your boy Cheap Money calling out of Columbus, Ohio. Big up to my ECMD family, man. Special shout out to the quadruple OG coming to Superstar Maker for putting it down. What's up, Mr. Him? Hey, man. Hey, do you make that beat?
My partner made the beat for me.
Oh man, that's a nice beat. That's a nice beat. Now what I noticed, the first thing I noticed about you was your voice. And I would like to say that, man, you got one of them Mr. Magic, you know, like that Busta Rhymes type style. Like you got one of them styles like you here, like I'm here, like listen to me, this is what's going on. So no matter what you saying, everybody's gonna understand what you getting down. I love your story, man. And I love the way that you going about taking different aspects of the game and putting it all together by, you know, coming in as a producer, but then at the same time doing the music thing, man. I have no complaints about the song. The song is nice. The song is definitely banging. I love the beat, love your vocals, man. Anything you need from me, reach out to the quadruple OG, man. I'm out of Columbus, Ohio, man. Cheap Money, man. Salute.
Definitely need Big. And my bad, I meant to say Big I Got and me produced the beat.
Okay. So that means he was just in the room for 10 seconds. That's what that means. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Chris Unruly, you still there?
Hey, what's good, baby? It's your boy Chris Unruly here. Hey, that song is charged, man. Straight energy out the box, energy all the way through, energy to the end. I'm psyched up, man. I just got off of work, man. I'm ready to go hit the gym, bowling alley, something, man, and just ride out to that for the evening, man. That's gonna be my theme for the rest of 2020 right there. Enjoying that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Appreciate you taking a moment to bless us with that track too, man. That's caffeinated.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, let me go over to Naptown, Indianapolis, Indiana, to the award-winning DJ Punch. That I'm going to have to send him some coffee to wake him up right quick.
He got his coffee.
Punch was up all night. Punch was live last night from midnight to 5 in the morning. Had me with him too. But go ahead, Punch.
These are facts. Salute. Kermit the Superstar Maker for creating this whole platform. Salute to the whole team, ECMD. It's your boy DJ Punch, Indianapolis, ATL, Georgia, Mixaholics. Hey man, Mr. Him. I'm Mr. Him. I'm Mr. Him. Hey, but you know what I need, bro? I need to know this. I got a real question right now. Do you got the instrumental and do you got the intro clean and dirty for that? That's what I need. That's what I need right goddamn now. I'm sorry. Okay.
We have it all.
I need that as soon as possible, sir. And I'll begin working on it. As soon as I can get that, sooner I can get working on it.
Yeah, well, you can give your email address because it's easy to remember. DJ Punch 317 at Gmail. DJ Punch 317 at Gmail. Send it to him now while we're on the call. He'll mix it and have it ready for we get
Negative, sir. He'll get it. I got you, Punch. I get it to you.
No, positive. Shout out to Chris Cooter. He has a hit song I'm gonna play when we get through with this interview. Chris, you missed the young lady from Paris. But yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Okay, who we got next? Michael Calhoun, you want to make a comment? The award winner,
man.
Michael Calhoun?
Yeah, man. Hey, dude. Mike Beasley, baby. Yeah, man. It's like that's banging, man. Big Eye God, shout out. Very exciting, man. It just like woke me up, man. I was kind of getting a little, I'm a senior citizen. So I was like, get ready to nod out a little bit. And I just, boom, just instant energy. You know what I'm saying? So you coming real. You say you coming to take over, man. That's a good way to start, brother.
Yes.
I like it.
Okay.
I'm feeling it.
Well, she's been quite on. Let me see what Felicia D think of female rapper out of Greenville, South Carolina. She's she's up here live and energetic tonight. Go ahead, Felicia D, 864 on all platforms. What's going on with you?
What's going on, everybody on the call tonight? Salute to you, Mr. Beasy. Definitely a banger. I love it. I'm getting that kind of like a mix of Lil Jon and Petey Pablo, kind of with a new school feel. I don't know why, but that's the kind of feel I'm getting. Definitely crunk. So I'm definitely feeling it. It's straight down south. So I'm from the south. I'm repping the south. So I'm definitely rocking with it. So yeah, just keep doing your thing.
Thank you. Thank
you. Okay. So this is a Southern record, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not going to play it in Ohio.
Yeah, that's definitely a dirty record. That's why I was liking it.
A dirty South record.
His voice, them vocals is pressure all day. Like he bringing it to you. It's just he make you see him. It's there.
Okay. How about Queen Karen? What do you think, Queen Karen?
Like Chris Unruly always say, you got a banger there. You know, I like it because you jumping in and you rough and you raw and you talking and you going on. That your voice takes over, and the beat comes on in there. I mean, it's nice. It's nice. I think that, if somebody's at home, even there in the days when they home, they're going to jump up and jump to that. They're going to share it. They're going to tell somebody, man, you got to get this. It's nice. It's a nice sound. It's what everybody needs. It's happy. It's also happy. People can relate to it,
Thank you.
I like it very much. I think everybody else will too.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand his personality. I get a email with a guy holding a shotgun up in the air, like in that. I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm scared to even interview.
If you look at it, it's Wakanda forever. You see it, Black Power forever.
Okay. But
I didn't get to really hear the lyrics.
A shotgun, nonetheless. Okay, let me go up to let me see what I want to do here before I go to Rhode Island. Before I even go to Rhode Island, what I want to do. Yeah, well, let me go to Chill and Come Clean. What do you think, Chill, up there in the Chicago area, Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, and all that good stuff?
What's going on, Mike Busy?
What's happening, Chill?
Oh man, I've been cooling, baby. It's good to see you, man.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little minute, man. But we still rocking and rolling, baby.
Man, they've been trying to get me to come home for the longest. This pandemic is crazy.
Man, come on back to the crib, man. We gonna lay it out right for you. You know what it is.
I know.
You already know, man. I had saw you was on the call. I was like, man, they got Mike Beasy on here, man. Let me get on here too and say what's up to my man. And look, man, I don't expect nothing less.
No.
I didn't expect nothing less. When I heard the record, I was like, yeah, that's Mike Beasy right there.
You don't know my music. That's just crazy. You know
I'll say, yeah, that's Mike Beasy right there. So, man, man, you got my support. You know what I mean? Man, even get me the record. I'll throw it wherever I need to put it at to make it work. We're going to play it up here. We got you up here.
They already playing party out there like crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's just good to see you and you well and successful as you always are, and keep doing your thing, man. I'm glad you hooked up with iGod. That was a good connection there.
Yeah, iGod is the truth.
Yeah, iGod always doing something over there. I've been watching him moving.
Yeah, he got me going crazy right now. So ever since I joined him, he got me going crazy.
That's good, man. That's good, man. So I salute you, man. I salute you. I salute Kermit, ECMD family. I ain't been around for a second because I had a death in the family, but I'm back and I'm here and we going full steam ahead, baby.
All right, full steam ahead. Shout out to Gorilla Mixtapes. They left a comment in the chat room to me. It said that the record is tough, whatever tough means, Tuff. He said the record is tough. He couldn't jump on live because he's doing something else right now. But he put that in the chat room directly to me, direct message. So that's from them. I see that before I go to Rhode Island, I see that the Naptown Finest had his hand up. Was that a mistake? See the Greater, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, man, I'm in this thing. Naptown's Finest, See the Great, man. I agree with everybody's saying. It's got that crunk to it, you know what I'm saying? I think somebody said that. I think that was Felicia who said that. That thing definitely crunk, you know what I'm saying? So when the clubs open back up, man, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get crunk in the club with it, you feel me? Yeah, like that way.
I appreciate that, See the Great. Congratulations to you on your chart position a couple weeks ago with your hit record. Appreciate that.
Most definitely.
Let me go to Skeeter Weeds. Skeeter Weeds, where you at? Well, we over in Naptown. Might as well clean the whole town up.
What's up? It's your dog Skeeter Weeds. Hey, you know I rock with it. Hey, that's like the other side of the club. That's the fight music right there. That's what I like. I ain't gonna say fight, that's the hype stuff. So, you know, I rock with it. Shit, I'm waiting for it. Definitely get at the Punch, because Punch gonna put it out here. And I'm gonna put it in the street. Let's ride it, baby.
Let's go.
Let's ride, baby.
All right. Okay, Big Nina, Adrian Big Nina Price up in Rhode Island.
Peace, Mike Beasley. Peace, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Blessed.
Good, man. Good. I mean, I think everyone has, pretty much stated the obvious, and that is that it's a great record. But I think it's more than that. It feels like an anthem to me. It just feels really, really big. It feels big. And your manager hit me with this record early on. The moment I heard it, I knew it was something special. And that and I know you've accomplished some incredible things, but I don't think you scratched the surface. If this is any indication, man, you're gonna be a problem, bro. You're gonna be a real problem.
I really appreciate that. I'm trying to be a problem.
Yeah, well, you got something, man. So we rooting for you, man. As soon as we get the green light, we're gonna throw it on, man, and support you, man. And man, I wish you the best, brother.
Thank you. I really thank you.
All right. Anybody else want to make a comment? Just unmute yourself. We're a little bit more comfortable tonight. Right now, after we had the Paris, France situation, I'm a little bit more. I'm a lighten up a little bit. Go ahead, Punch.
Excuse me for interrupting. I was just trying to see. I had a few people on here. I wanted to see if they wanted to say anything. I think that's DJ Callie Royce. I think on there. I can't tell.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, there she is. Oh, that is her. I didn't know if that was you or not, sis. Go ahead.
That's me. What y'all want me to say? I'm introducing myself. What I'm doing?
Yeah, all that, and give your feedback on the record. Let them know what you do and what you thought about that record.
Okay, well, my name is DJ Callie Royce. I'm out of Houston, Texas. And I'm sorry I don't got my camera on, y'all. I am in the middle of another meeting. So I've been listening to all types of the music over here, in addition to listening to this artist project as well. So feedback on the record. I think you should email it to me because I didn't hear the whole thing. And I do not want to lie and give you bad feedback. So definitely do that. My name is the same as my my email address. Okay.
I just want y'all to tell me what it got. They call me Mike Beasley, aka Mr. Him. Run around these streets and let them know you try to be him. I'm the type of guy that spit everything that you see him. You ain't about 3D, I let you know I'm in him. 7-4 to the day that I die. Gotta run around the city talking about they wanna lie. They ain't never seen this like me. That's before. Why they call him that? Man, I'm that go. I'm the one that y'all gon' hear Rolling Stones. I'm the one that gon' do y'all shit and get it on. I'm the one that's gon' make them really just feel it. Make them really just feel it. Make them really just kill it. I'm in the game. They call me Mr. Him. I'm about whatever, but I answer. You can call me what you want, but you know I bring that pressure, Mr. M. You try to say you know his name, but you don't know the whole thing. So been up in the game, Mr. M. I'm about whatever, brother. You can call me what you want, but you know I bring that.
Yeah.
Okay, no games. Okay, y'all was right on point with it. Okay, so my feedback on that is I love the beat, and I want to. Is he from the East Coast? Where you from?
I'm from Midwest. I'm from Wisconsin.
Midwest. Okay, cool. Well, I think that there's definitely a market for that record. I think that a record like that in the South here in Texas, we would have to do it on a show. We would have to run it on a show, a mix show. But putting it like in a club, it would be a little hard to break it here just because of the loudness of the record. Not meaning the mix down or anything. It's just like the and just the yelling. Here in Texas, our market for clubs is either gonna be like a street sound, like a street vibe music, or it's gonna be more so a record that's gonna get you to jigging and dancing and twerking or things like that. That's what kind of moves here. Like that's why Beat King pop. That's kind of why Megan Thee Stallion popped here. Like all of our artists kind of stay with that type of genre. So I would love to add that to a mix show. I would definitely love to add that into a mix. But I would say for me personally, just shoot me some stuff that's more, I guess, more bouncy type to run here in a club. But other than that, I think that the record was pretty dope. You had everybody in here bobbing their head as I was swiping.
Great feedback, Callie. Thank you, sis.
Hey, Callie.
Okay, Punch. Who else you got?
Hey, love.
Definitely too. I wanted to say happy birthday, DJ Twist Money. He up next. Happy birthday, my brother.
All right.
Go ahead, jump in there. Go ahead, jump in there. Twist, it's your birthday, brother. Happy birthday.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm getting ready to open my store tomorrow. So, Mike Beasley, mama, give me your music, man. We get you in a mixtape out here. We got a lot of things going on. The track is banging. I like it. I think it go. I'm gonna make it go. Ain't gonna be no problem about that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we gonna mix the hell out of that, ain't we, Twist?
Hey, I'm trying to tell you. Hey, man, shoot me a follow or shoot me your IG, Mike Beasley.
This Mike Beasley on
Yeah, I got you, Twist. I got you.
Okay, right on, bro.
I'm gonna send everything to everybody.
Anybody else got any comment or any questions for the artists before we move on?
I got one more too, OG.
Okay, go ahead.
That was the Queen that was trying to jump into. Go ahead, Queen. You was trying to jump into before I went to Twist Money. You can go ahead. Take yourself off mute.
Who, Queen Karen or some? You talking about Queen Karen or somebody else?
It was Laura or it was Malia. One of them were trying to jump in before I went.
God bless.
Well, in the meantime, shout out to Damian Ruffin for jumping on. This is the first Zoom he's jumped on. Shout out to Obama Activist nephew, Don Jr. CEO, jumping on tonight. Appreciate that coming on. I'm a part of this little WhatsApp group he got with about 1 million people on there. Phone be buzzing all day, 200 times a day. A lot of information, things going out here. Okay.
Make sure I get that record.
Okay.
You know, can I get some feedback real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay, how y'all doing, everybody? My name is Damian Rasheen Ruffin. I'm the owner of Ruffin Management Group. I came to you by way of Slip and Slide Records as an artist repertoire and in charge of Slip and Slide DJs and on Nerve DJs Radio over here with John Green at Power 104.9 WTSX as your radio and record label rep, excuse me. I was feeling the record and I know I can get it to some people out here because I'm in the South and we run it like that. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, Columbus. I'm over in Phoenix City right now as we speak, you know what I'm saying, across the Kool-Aid. So I can definitely get the record out there, but like someone else has said on the call, you know, it's the markets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna make it go regardless because that's just how we do. You know what I'm saying? But the DJs out here, they be trying to act kind of funny. So it's better when you come through with the team, like with Kermit and them like that, it do make it better. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get to them ears. And I mean, I've been out here homeless and had to, you know, get into a house and all this stuff with this. So I eat off this. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all may be on the call, but I got Takar Hamilton waiting on me. You know what I'm saying? I got to manage her. You know what I'm saying? My art has been out there. So I got people that don't even support that, but I support everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So just keep working, man. Plug it away. And, you know, we got your back if we on the call, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to do the work. Like, I can't get a track and then service a whole track, and then people come to my town like, take me on a whole tour for free. That shit don't work.
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I hear
some
you.
DJs, they'll work with you because it's hot, but some of these DJs, they will be like, you know, they at the radio station. You know what I'm saying? And if you in a small town, you got to work it. You got to work on that DJ.
It's called Welcome to the Music Business.
Yep, that's what it's called.
Support here and non-support there.
That's right. This first song is is with us. I don't know how many other ones you got, but the one that you just released to us, it's gonna take work, and then you got to put the same work behind every other song. Ted Lucas gave me nothing. I got everything myself. You hear me? Country King and T.I. gave me nothing. I got it myself.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Anyone else want to chime in before we move on?
Hey Kermit, this is Kiana, model Kiana Smith, chiming in real quick. I know I cut in and I said a couple of things, especially about him being like bringing the pressure. I definitely agree with like Nino, because I guess when I hear the song and the lyrics, especially saying I'm him, it seemed like more like some type of ego. Like it's like an ego draw song. If I'm saying that, if that makes sense to anyone, like it causes. Like I was saying, the song just calls for like all eyes on me. Like it's definitely a statement. I can see it going into definitely seeing it and going into how can I say it? More of a oh Lord, I can't get the word out.
I'm like saying you said it's bragging rap. You said it's
Yeah,
bragging
it's kind
rap.
of like a bragging right, like stepping out. I can see people doing commercials with it, like, you know, like an NFL player, whoever hot right now, that's gonna be their theme song that they pushing in the gym or something like that. Like it's something that could make it like Nike pushing it or whatever. Like I just see it.
That's a good point. Like it would be good for a boxer to come out on, huh? I'm listening to him about to knock him out. I'm about to knock him out.
You know, but Kermit, if you can make sure I get the information from the artist, man, and you know, congratulations to you on that song, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see you do well, and I mean, I'm here for you. Once I push button on something, it's a whole machine behind it. Like, so I'm just happy to support, you know, some talent like yours coming up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna kiss your ass, but I will tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, this industry not easy, bro. They nobody take it easy on me, and I don't take it out on nobody else. But this shit is for real. Like people got to eat. You know what I'm saying? I know DJs that go buy equipment, man, and they eating off these gigs, and it's people trying to short them on the money, and they spending your song. Like, man, I got this new such and such fresh on the conference call, and these motherfuckers don't know that shit. That DJ got to break it. Yeah. So a lot of these DJs and these people on their phone can say they'll break your track, but you got to see what they do first.
That's why I show love to all DJs that work with me.
Mm-hmm. Show love to them, because you know what I'm saying? You show love to them, man, they're going to show love back, but you got to be in these streets, baby. Like, I'm out here now in these streets. That's why y'all can't see my phone. I'm like, I'm out here.
We got to sit down for a little second. Big Eye in that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Here go the manager speaking. Big Eye guy, what's your comment, sir?
We are the streets, brother.
That's right.
He with heavy hitters, man. We are the streets.
Yeah. But we got to connect with everybody. It's not about what positions we have. You know what I'm saying?
This game 35 years. I understand everything you say.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm with Empire and all that stuff too, but shit, they don't pay my bills like I pay my bills. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Empire is just a distribution.
That's it.
You still need your machine to make it happen, and that's what Mike Beasley got. Right. He got a powerful machine behind him.
Yeah, we got it.
All right. I think Sincere bobbing her head. I don't know if she bobbing her head to something she listened to on the headphones, or she wanted to make a little quick comment.
Nah, I'm listening to what y'all saying. I'm bobbing my head and like agreeing with what y'all saying. When Big Eye Guy, he said like, "Yo, we got the machine." Like I love Eye Guy. Hey, Eye Guy.
What's up, baby?
Beezy, like, man, I gotta get that jacket. I was all on your Instagram. You gotta give me that little white jacket you was posting with your son.
I want that jacket.
I don't even know who you is. Like this, the person I'm seeing on Zoom and the person I'm seeing on these pictures, like, is a total different person. What you part of the mafia or something we don't know nothing about?
We can't talk about that.
I know we can't talk about that. I'm just kidding. It ain't, I'm just kidding. I can't bring, I'm just kidding. So
everybody been asking for that jacket though. I'm talking about every time.
Man,
let me get the jacket. What's up, man? I'll buy that jacket off your.
And where you get it from? You got that, huh? DTLR?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's my spot.
Maybe I can sell more jackets than records around here these days, huh?
Whatever.
Long business. Let me open up a damn clothing store so I can make some money.
Hey, that's what's happening.
I got a question for Mike.
You have to be ambassador for their clothes, all type of stuff.
Go ahead, Big Nino.
Hey, Mike, they tell me you 6'7", bro. So you play ball, man.
I'm 6'6". I don't hoop no more. Them days.
He's not 6'7". He's only 6'6". Big eye guy is a bunch of hype. He hyped another inch on him.
These kneecaps is no good for no basketball. Not no more.
All right. Anybody else before we move on?
Yeah, real quick. I just want to make a quick note, man. Mike, man, I'm gonna text you, man, and send me that record, bro. I just wanna say, Mike got a lot of traction out here, in the industry. Like I've seen what he's doing, in the past, and he's out here. You know what I mean? He's out here known for his engineering and production. And, he's doing this thing as an artist, and doing this thing with Empire and stuff like that, and I just want to speak up on that because, I respect what he's doing and I respect his grind, and I've seen him working out here, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, God, you made a good choice right there because he's a workaholic. You know what I'm saying?
I said there's one thing that you're gonna know, everybody gonna tell you. I bust my ass.
That's my twin right there.
Yeah. Tell him my guy.
The name of the song called Mr. Him, because he's talking about me and him. So it's him.
That's real interesting.
I was wondering what it meant. So
it's two brothers that go hard in the paint. You know what I mean? We live this, we breathe this, we sleep, we can't even sleep. This is what we do. A lot of people don't understand that.
This is where I'm at 24/7, 365 in front of these things, working.
Let me just make a statement real fast, please. Look, all DJs, everybody, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure everybody get this record. You can reach me at Big Eye Guard Entertainment at USA.com. Kermit will give it to all of y'all. Big Eye Guard Entertainment at USA.com. And I'll get it to everybody who want it.
Yeah, I used to be able to give people his cell phone number, but now he over at VH2 Network running all these 5 different stations and stuff all across the country. He don't have time to take phone calls now.
Oh, nah, man. I still take calls. Mommy Activist told me, always remember where I came from. So salute to Mommy Activist. That's my second mother. I never forget where I come from. I take calls. I take calls. Talk nice to me. I talk back to you.
Oh, so that's why I don't get a call, because I don't talk nice. Okay, I get it. No problem.
Exactly.
I
don't get a call sometimes either.
Yeah. I talk trunk conversation.
You talk like Felicia, talk slick.
Yeah, talk slick.
Now,
hey, we got Chris Cooter on here and Michael J. Calhoun. They did this song together. I'm gonna play for y'all right now. It's called Celebrate. Let's all celebrate the fact that we still breathing, that we still out here right now. Going through the holiday season, we still living, still breathing. So let's celebrate.
Celebrate.
Mike and Chris to tell us how this song came about and why is it celebrated? How'd you come up with the idea and the concept? What were you thinking?
So many things. Mike and I go back to the Kinsman Grill days when the Kinsman Daz Band was still known as Bell Telefunk in those days, and we met up, and I heard Mike play, and I was amazed at some of the things, how well just rounded he was. He knew so many different styles, and he can write, and just really talented. So, you know, we kind of became aware of each other back then, and then it kind of went in our own directions for a while. And the celebration, I think, is fast forwarding, is that we met up again and started doing music together a few years ago, and just have been very successful working together, and mostly because of Mike, but you know, it was a very kind of a joyous getting back together after so many years of knowing each other. I mean, we're looking at, you know, 44 years ago, if my math is right.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard to believe. So, you know, we kind of came up with this idea for this tune for us to do together, and it morphed, you know, it changed. It started off with a different working name, and it had totally different ingredients, different production, different tempo, everything. Just kind of added, kept piling tracks on top of each other until it's like painting, you know, for me. Just you keep doing stuff until you come up with something that's musical, good, fun, all that stuff, you know. Music is waves on the water to me.
Party anthem. That's what it's all about. It's just a party song like Louie Louie and Nah Nah Hey Hey, you know, whoop, there it is. It's just like you feel it or you don't. And I'm feeling it. I hope a lot of people feel it. And it's a party anthem. And it's about celebrating diversity, celebrating what's going on right now in this world. You know, we got a new year coming because this 2020, see you know, and celebrate.
Yeah, when I heard the song, I felt like it was definitely a time, you know, like it's a, you know, it's like you're talking about celebrate because there's so many things to celebrate. People, you know, like, I mean, we heard Damon Ruffin earlier talking about, you know, the hard times, different things going on, stuff like that, but still, we can still celebrate that we're here, regardless of all the controversy and the situations that's going on. And another thing I look at, you know, coming out, you know, this time of year, I mean, not only, you know, for like a New Year's Eve or whatever, it's like, it's amazing because it's about, you can celebrate any time of the year, you know, a birthday, you know, yes, the holidays, to celebrate that we're still here because this is such a odd time right now. You know, there's a lot to celebrate, you know, so, you know, I just thought that was amazing in itself, and, you know, and very timely, you know, like a lot of other songs that's coming out now. It's like it's timely without saying pandemic. You know, you're not saying pandemic. It's just timely. You know, let's celebrate being here. Let's celebrate day to day, because we can't, you know, tomorrow not promised, but let's celebrate now. You know, so that's the things I feel on it. What do you think, DJ Punch? The award-winning DJ Punch in Annapolis, Indiana, getting ready to go live in an hour on the new Clubhouse app with his new show, DJ Punch Show, from midnight to 2 in the morning. What do you think about this?
Yeah, definitely. Salute OG for making the platform. Salute for everybody who jumped on, who supported. You know, I've been rocking this record for a couple months now on my station. So it's a record that's definitely a change the pace record on my station, because you may hear a bunch of different genres. And I agree with the sentiment that it is something to celebrate every single day. You got to be blessed as soon as you wake up in the morning. I know I thank God every day I open my eyes. So, you know, just that alone is a big deal. And I felt like that's where y'all were coming from when you guys made the song. It's hard to speak for you, but it seems like that was the spirit you made it in, and I got that.
Thank you. All right, Mommy Activist, you have a lot to celebrate. You still here?
What do you think? I'm still here, and I do have a lot to celebrate. You know, every day's a better day. You know, a new day to do something. But you know, I like it because it's something I like music you could take anywhere. If I'm playing it loud in my house and my neighbors hear it, it's okay. Or if I get in my car and I ride, you know, it's okay to share. But you know, you need something like that kind of feel good thing that you can work off of. That day you can work off of whatever's going on with you. You know, but you got a nice voice and the music's good. You know, I think that is just great, especially for right now. It's like, you know, Michael, you know how to put it in there for now. You know, and take it on to 2021, it carries you on in to good things.
Something different beat, you know, but you know, uptight, everything is all right. Back in the day, just a party group, party anthem.
Yeah, because those things, you know, what they say comes back again, you know, and this comes back now again at the best time.
Oh yeah, I'm your man, George Michael Wham. Just tried to capture that energetic kind of different beat. Everything is cookie cutter. Everybody copying everybody, doing the same thing. So I said, let's hit them with this. Either it hit or miss, but you got to take your chances. You know, Bruno
One thing about
Mars
a song like this is by the lyrics being so limited, you really push that message. Celebrate. You might say it 200 times, but it's a constant smack in the face of what the song is about and what it's talking about. Right. Mike Beasley, what do you think about a song like this? We want to hear something from some younger ears. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What could you see it from the engineer and the award-winning experience you've had in the game and being a younger guy and being in the South? How do you feel about what you heard?
I like the record. I like the record a lot. It's new and different and old too. That you can really be happy in the club. A good celebration off of a pop a bottle because you're celebrating something great. I like the record, and I don't know how young folks will, but me, I'm a young with an old soul.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking with Chris earlier. He let me know that the Isley Brothers was one of his favorites, just like that's my favorite group. And I think that he and Mike probably got over in the corner whispering and went and stole the Isley Brothers track and then say, "Dawg, man, we're not gonna use that one. Let's go steal something from Earth, Wind and Fire." And they put the record out.
Well, I went to Collinwood High in Cleveland, and in Collinwood it was like a little Italy over there, and I grew up with a lot of Italians. They used to be the sharpest dressers other than the brothers. And Chris and me, we hit it right off because he's always styling, wearing those, you know, shark skin and Sansa belt and those alpaca sweaters. That was back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And some nice, you know, florshams. So yeah, man, it's just time to bring that vibe, that happy vibe back. It's all that, you know, the corona, the crazy politics. Let's just celebrate.
Okay. Well, speaking of young people, let me see what Skeeter Weeks got to say. He's young. What you got to say, Skeeter Weeks? Can you celebrate? I know you don't have no plaque up there yet. I know you complain about not having a plaque yet, but go ahead and see if we can celebrate with you.
Nah. Hey, what's up? It's your dog, Skeeter Weeds, in Indianapolis, Indiana. And I was gonna come make a comment on both music, the Mike Beasley and the Celebrate. So it's like both of them is two different club genres. So each of them you can have a drink, and the Mike Beasley, you go in the club with the Mike Beasley, and you gonna definitely jam like that. And the Celebrate. When you hear that, as soon as you come to the club and you hear that, you already bouncing. So Celebrate. So I like that, you know what I mean? So both of them is a club anthem, you know what I mean? And both of them, you know, I love it, you know what I mean? It's definitely, you know.
I'm going to tell you something else too. Even though I don't drink or smoke, like if somebody's drinking, you do certain things. Like I was at a club in, matter of fact, in South Carolina at the Columbia Record Pool. And what's that guy name came on? What's the guy Dr. Dre worked with? Is real popular now. That's selling millions of records. Lamar, what's his name? Kendrick Lamar. Is it Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah,
okay, Kendrick Lamar. Anyway, on Kendrick Lamar, he I saw this guy and he was playing Kendrick Lamar's hit record. This guy had been drinking. He just went crazy on the dance floor. So it's like certain records, certain things are what you do. Like by this record, just constantly shout and celebrate. If a person's like getting a little tipsy, I mean, this is crazy, but if a person gets a little tipsy, they're gonna celebrate. They may over celebrate because they listen to the lyrics and his lyrics is feeding their brain to what to do when they hit the dance floor, which is kind of weird. Right. I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, you know, crazy. Well, Chris wrote the song, but listening to it, the reason I really loved it, it reminded me of Hey Ya, you know? Like Andre 3000 was really bold to come out with a beat like that. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't expecting that. And that was just like, whoa, that blew the doors off everything. So you got to be daring like that. Because when I first heard Hey Ya, I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work, but it's history now. You know, it's iconic that he took a chance like that. Made so much money, I ain't even heard a record in the past 10 years.
Yep, that's actually one of my favorite records by them. You know, when they dressed, you talking about when they was on what TV show they was like dressed up in Indian gear.
Right. The British TV show. Yeah, that was him in all the roles.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. The manager came out. That was Big Boy. He came out and said, "Don't mess it up for everybody."
Shout out to Latasha for jumping on. Let me go up to Rhode Island. The agent Big Nino Price. He know a lot about music. Nino, what's your take on this Celebrate?
It's timely, and it has a good feel. You know, like it invokes good feelings, and you know, so it's timely. We need some of that. You know, they say the time produces the best music.
That's true.
And
That's true.
but that kind of, you know, is kind of used and then to more of the dramatic type stuff. You know, what's going on, Marvin Gaye, you know, things of that nature. Yeah. But this is about the time too. You know what I'm saying? Like, just in a different way. This is about the time also. You know what I'm saying? So, because we need it. So it's
like
timely.
when the Beatles came out, it was right after John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Timing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it has that feel good. It has that feel good energy to it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Not to mention we got the vaccine, so it's time to celebrate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. Well, I know Skinny, we're probably gonna have a drink or two and play it.
Yeah, I definitely like it. I like it because it seems like soon as you hear it, you going to the dance floor, because especially if you celebrating. Everybody, you go in the club, you definitely celebrating. That's why you're in the club. It's a celebration. That's why we're here.
That's it.
I definitely like it. Good job, Mike. Let's go with it, baby.
Thank you. Shout out to David Ransom for jumping on the call tonight. He's he just recently got a big deal over Universal, I had heard. And matter of fact, I think I saw on this page he was working with Sons of Funk now.
Skeeter's still jamming on it.
I was say he's still celebrating.
I'm sorry.
He's still celebrating, man. We're gonna sing. Kermit, send him a copy.
Yeah, he don't even need music to celebrate. He celebrate without the music, Mike. He don't even need the song.
I was muted.
How you doing, David?
I'm going good.
Okay. Glad you jumped on. We're in the process of ending the call, but glad you guys jumped on. We on here every other Tuesday, so we'll be back in January. I didn't confirm it yet, but I'm looking to have on the January 5th. I'm looking to have Sugar T, the famous female rapper Sugar T, that did "Sprinkle Me" with E40. Was a huge record. I think it's in the Guinness Books of World Records for the biggest selling record by a brother-sister team or something like that. So looking to have her on there. She's also a big-time entrepreneur and stuff. And, you know, that and some other things, you know, going into next year, we're going to do a few things differently as well. Mommy activist, Queen Karen G right there. She has a show now she's doing every Sunday at 6:30. We just had some awesome calls. We had Smooth B and Big I got on there. We had Lamont Carey in a special thing we call Truth Sharing, from incarceration to the boardroom. And then we had Big Nino's nephew in the very last one that we had, you know, Kamani Bennett, you know, and picked a good topic for that from from was a tragedy to
triumph.
Triumph, from tragedy to triumph, because the whole thing about it is that you may have done prison time or whatever, but it's the fact that you moved on from that and you're able to triumph and go to the boardroom and start doing things the right way and making money the right way, and like I say, Big I got this on here. He was one of the great interviews. He and Smooth B was one of the great interviews we had, and we're actually looking for other people. Anybody having suggestions? We want to have. You don't want to have other people with that same situation of excuse me, if somebody that's been locked up, but now they're doing some good positive things, we like to interview them. It's not even about the charges. Queen Karen G said we're not they're concerned about the charges. We're just concerned about how it affected your life, how it affected your family's life, the things that you did to move forward and how you move forward and things of that nature. So, anybody can hit me up. I'm on Instagram. I'm the THE Superstar Maker. Plus, my phone number is public anyway everywhere, which is area code 216-276-1829. And that's for y'all here on Zoom. That's for Facebook Live and anywhere listening around the world. Just give me a text. I'm not going to answer the phone. Just give me a text. 216-276-1829. Anybody have anything want to say before we get out of here tonight? Huh?
You changed your number from 911?
Anybody else have something to say before we get out of here tonight?
Shout out Bread. Bread. What's good?
Shout out to Rose the Goat. She's on the line. She signed with Trill Entertainment. Rose the Goat and Chirac. I was supposed to shout out. That these been sitting. Anybody else text me recently? But I haven't been looking down at my phone. The messages. Okay, Vivian text. She said great information on the show. She really appreciate the show tonight. It was on earlier. Vivian Sharp was on there.
Off the block, hot noise.
Hot noise.
Okay.
Put your information in the chat so we can connect.
Shout out to Don Jr. He just texted me. Wait a minute, somebody said, somebody asked me something about playing. Let me see. Willing to just play 30 seconds. Don Jr. said he was watching. Great show he was watching. Appreciate you jumping on. Like I said, I'm part of his group on WhatsApp. They got about 500 people in there. The winning team on WhatsApp. Mama Activist nephew. Some kind of way. I don't know how they related, but they related some kind of way. All right. Well,
children.
Anybody want to say something before we end this call tonight? And like I said, DJ Punch goes on the air in 45 minutes. If you have an iPhone, you have to have an iPhone for this. If you have an iPhone, go to the App Store and get the Clubhouse app. There's several apps in there. The one with the guy on the top left with the afro is the one you want to get. The Clubhouse app on the iPhone's Apple store on your iPhone. That's what you want to get. Clubhouse. DJ Punch has a DJ Punch show. He still had about 40 people on his show at live on the show at 5 o'clock in the morning this morning. That's why he and I kind of out of it. I'm not going to be on here late tonight because I'm already tired. I'm going to try to take me a 30-minute nap before he put me to work tonight. I think something funny was a young guy on there. I guess about him being young and not understanding, the music history and things like that. He when he heard about me having 200 golden platinum records, all that, he told me, "Man, you sound like you fake. That can't be real. That don't make no sense." I'm like, huh? Punch tried to stop. I'm like, no. I'm used to people. I said, I get it. You're young. He hearing this guy that got all this stuff going on, but he never heard of him. He's like, well, I know P. Diddy. I know him. I know Russell Simmons. I know Suge Knight. I know this. I said, well, guess what? Well, this is another Suge Knight, so watch him out. But anyway.
Get out of my pocket.
But anyway, it was a good situation as far as, it's just good for people to understand. I was glad even that Allura was able to just see how somebody can defend themselves, you know, because people always have situations where somebody doubt what they're doing or whatever, or doubt what they can do. But like I told the young man, I said, everything I say out my mouth can be verified. Yes, 200 gold and platinum records. Yes, 200 records on Billboard. You know, yes, every single gold and platinum record on Death Row. Yes, every single gold and platinum record Rap A Lot. Yes, every single gold and platinum record for Master P. Yes, all the early Def Jam stuff. Yes, current stuff too. Adele, Beyonce, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Drake, Bruno Mars, just to name a few, as they say. And now, as everybody knows, especially when you look behind, you know, Mommy Activists and Chill when he go live, and Big Aga and everybody else, and Felicia. You know, we now all are into digitalradiotracker.com. Go ahead and sign up for a free account. That's digitalradiotracker.com. Sign up for a free account, because we are, the ECMD team has charted over 40 records on Digital Radio Tracker now, and over 15 #1 records, including the #1 record this week by Melody Thornton, formerly of the Pussycat Dolls, that have sold over 40 million singles and 50 million albums. That's one of our most current clients. Of course, we got on here, you know, we're gonna be banging, you know, we already have some great success with the legendary Smooth B, who's made history, or whatever. Matter of fact, if you look on, that's his latest plaque where you say Instagram at the Superstar Maker. That's his #1 record for 3 weeks on Summer Cry. Okay. And we got some new hot stuff coming in January. So stay tuned, everybody. Anybody want to know anything about, you know, Digital Radio Tracker, or qualifying to get a plaque, or how to get a plaque or whatever, get in contact with myself or DJ Punch. Probably be easy to contact. You know, he's at DJ Punch 317 everywhere. So I'm all kind of different things, but he's at DJ Punch 317 everywhere. Just like how you can find Felicia everywhere, Felicia D864. But she got to go get her iPhone now. She got rid of her iPhone. So I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know what y'all was thinking getting rid of these iPhones, but you got to have an iPhone now. But the thing about this app, you know, like I'm not promoting, I could care less, but the thing about it that's amazing to me is that it's really not public yet. And it's kind of, I'm going to tell you what it's like. This is kind of like when, for the people that's old enough to remember MySpace. It's like when MySpace started and you had people that, like the first 10 people to join, they all end up having 1 million followers, because when you join a social media platform, they give you suggestions of people to follow. So obviously the first people that join are some of the suggestions for you to follow. And you can organically get like 100,000 or more, you know, followers just by doing that alone. You know, just by doing that alone, you can get the followers. So a new app like that, you know, is something that is very important to get involved with on the ground level, you know, because you can increase organically. You know, I network so much, they already shut me down. I can't invite nobody. I can't do nothing on the app for now. They got me in jail, just like our Facebook put you in jail when you used to tag people and they say, okay, it's time to identify everybody you tag. If you don't identify them, we're going to give you a 2-week vacation. So I don't know how long my vacation is, but we got that going on. You know, like I said, it's the end of the call. You know, our call is normally from 9 to 11 at the latest. Have to be on here a little bit longer now. Appreciate everybody getting on. Happy holidays, everybody. Hope everybody stays safe. You know, whatever, don't be going out here doing nothing crazy. And, you know, stay masked up. You should even be masked up on Zoom. You don't know what might happen. Somebody come through the screen at you. So you should have your mask on right now. You know? And follow me on Instagram. I'm the Superstar Maker.
Come on, baby.
Okay, go ahead. Rose the Goat, you want to talk? Go right ahead. Rose the Goat. I just got a text you wanted to talk. You have to unmute yourself if you're on here. Anybody want to say something right quick? Unmute yourself, tell us who you are, and so we can get out of here. Well, I guess David was wrong. All you got to do is that little red button. Okay, go ahead.
My name's Charette, Queen Charette G. I'm from Chicago, but I reside in Atlanta. I am a hip hop artist.
Okay.
And I want to give a shout out to David Ransom and It Mel and the whole trio ENT.
All right. Welcome to the call. Like I said, we're on here every 2 weeks. DJ Punch has a show on the Clubhouse app. We have to have an iPhone to get on there. Clubhouse app, you go to the iPhone, you go to the App Store and you pick the one Clubhouse, the one that has a guy with crazy looking afro in the top left corner of the picture. That's the correct app. You pick that, and it's called, you know, the DJ Punch Show. And that's how you find him tonight. He's gonna be on from midnight to 2 in the morning. Last night he was on till 5 in the morning. You know, just popping like crazy. We still have about 40 people on at 5 in the morning. And the good part about the app is kind of like working on Instagram, but talking while you're doing it. Like I was literally on the app. I see somebody, I click on their profile, you see their bio and stuff. Then you see the Instagram link. I go to the Instagram link while they talking and follow them right then and there. So, you know, it's a real good situation. You know, it's not visual though, you know, so, but it just show you, you know, their profiles or whatever. It's not on camera or anything. Excuse me. But anybody else want to say anything? Introduce themselves right quick. Raymond, you want to tell us who you are? Anybody else? A lot of people. Latasha, did you speak yet?
Nah. So yeah, my name's Latasha Williamson, but a lot of people know me as T Honey. I do music. I'm a hip hop artist. I rap, songwrite. I've done some acting, some modeling, and I own StarMusicRadio.com and SMR Live TV. And you know, shout outs to Kermit Henderson and Don CEO, Pastor Don CEO, who invited me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to joining you guys every other Tuesday.
I appreciate that. Yeah, Don has always been into great networking. That's where I know him from, just over networking. I know his dad too. His dad was big in the industry back in the day. He was the one that was doing internet videos. I forget what you call them, IARs or whatever. I've got the exact name.
Yeah.
Internet presentations, video internet presentations for like Motown and all the major labels. You know. So I guess Don picked up a little bit on the bloodline, and he out here networking big time, doing things. Okay.